It's the book of the commandments right here. You hear that, Tone? This Bible is the book of the commandments.
Baruch chapter 4 verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die.
So God said this is the book of the commandments. All they that keep it shall come to life. So if you do God's commandments, then you'll come to life spiritually. You're alive right now, but right now you are spiritually dead. Why? Because the commandments of God is not in you. You got to start keeping the commandments. Then God will start dealing with you differently. As long as we continue in sin, then God is not going to deal with us. Go to Hosea 5 and 15. This is what God says. Because, let me ask you this, bro. Are you ready for Christ to come?
Yeah.
You think you're ready for Christ to come?
No, really.
So you ain't got no sins or anything?
Yeah, I got sins.
So we ain't really ready for Christ to come. Because do you know when Christ comes, what's going to happen?
You got to pay your sins.
Huh?
Pay for your sins.
You're going to pay for your sin, right? All right. Well, listen to this, though.
Hosea chapter 5 verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense.
So God said, listen, I'm going to go and return to my place until they acknowledge their offense. Until our people acknowledge that they have been living in sin. Then God said, listen, I'm going to go back to my dwelling place. I'm going to go back to my place until y'all get y'all mind right. Then after you get your mind right, I'll deal with you. So we got to turn unto God. Because the reason why we on the bottom is because we are without knowledge. The reason why we are destroyed as a race of people, because we are without knowledge. We smarter than any people on this planet. But understand, when it comes to this Bible, we have no knowledge. That's why we have to be reborn and be retaught again as a little baby. So, Mr. Tone, I can tell you you're an aged man, but right now you're being retaught. You're being retaught as a little baby right now. Because the way you've been going your whole life is completely against God's scriptures. Now, let me ask you this. Did you celebrate the 4th of July? Colossians 2. In the way you did. What you do? You got on the grill? You got on that grill. You put a slab of ribs, called that 2 then. I know you did. How many slabs you have? About 4. Okay, you got to pick 5 then. But listen to this, Mr. Tone.
Colossians chapter 2 verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
So God said, beware. Now, if you pull up in my yard, you see a sign say, beware of the dog. What that mean? Watch out, right? Watch out. I read it from the top.
Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
So God said, beware. He's giving you a warning because somebody's going to try to spoil you with their philosophy and their vain deceit. I read on.
After the tradition of men.
And they're going to teach you these things after the what?
The tradition of men.
It's going to be after the tradition of men. The 4th of July, you got to ask yourself, if you go back 200 years, where were your people at? Look at this sign right there, Mr. Tone. Where were your people at? In slavery, right? Now, what were we independent from? Were we independent from master? We weren't, was it? We were still serving unto master, right? So we weren't independent from nothing. So why today do we celebrate? I'm going to tell you why. Read it again.
After the tradition of men.
Because it was taught to you as a child. Your parents taught you, hey, when 4th of July comes, get you some fireworks, and we gonna go outside and pop it. We gonna fire that grill up. I'm gonna get you a brand new outfit, and we gonna celebrate the 4th. You probably used to go hit the club up too, right? On the 4th. See, all type of evil happens on the 4th of July. But watch this. What I'm showing you is that these holidays have nothing to do with Christ. Watch this. Read.
After the rudiments of the world.
So all these holidays are set up after the rulership of this world. Read.
And not after Christ.
Did you hear that, Mr. Tone? It has nothing to do with Christ. Christ wasn't celebrating the 4th of July. You think Christ was popping fireworks? You think Christ had a slab of ribs on the grill? So who taught us that? Exactly. It was taught to us. But what I'm showing you is that you have to pull yourself away from that. Go to Ephesians 5 and 14. You have to pull yourself away from that. Okay, I want you to listen to this. I want you to listen to this before you go. You got that?
Ephesians chapter 5 verse 14. Wherefore he said, awake, thou that sleepest.
So God has commanded our people to wake up. Right now we are asleep. Now we are walking around, but we're still spiritually asleep. We sleep to knowing who we are. We sleep to knowing what we're supposed to be doing and how we're supposed to be living as a people. That's what we sleep to. We sleep because we don't think we got any enemies in this world. We think everybody loves us. But that's not what the Bible says. The Creator said that we got enemies. You know why? Because he got enemies. I read that.
And arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light.
So he said to awake out of your sleep, and Christ will give you light. What is the light that he's going to give you? He's going to enlighten you on your history. He's going to enlighten you on the commandments of God, which is a part of your heritage. All right, keep reading.
Verse 15, see then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is.
So God said you gotta work circumspectly. You gotta walk carefully out here. Because guess what? Satan is seeking whom he can devour. So in these last days, God is trying to wake his people up. Do you know who God's people is? Do you know who the chosen people is? Go to Deuteronomy 7. Who is the chosen people? Israel. But who is Israel? Is it the people that's over there in Israel? Are those the Israelites?
People over here too.
There's some people over here, but what people? I'm going to show you. Watch this. Read that.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
So God said, I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews. The people over in Israel right now, they say they are Jews, right? But God said that's blasphemy. You know what blasphemy is? Lies. God said that's a lie. You're not the real Jews, read.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
So who are these people?
But are the synagogue of Satan.
These people are who?
The synagogue of Satan.
Did you hear that, bro? Those people over there don't belong over there. The real Jews are over here in America. Guess what? You looking at the real Jews right in front of you. We the real Jews because we the people that don't know that. We the people that were scattered abroad for breaking God's commandment. And right now we're being returned unto God. The word of God was created for you and nobody else.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family.